Wow, why do I spend so much time by myself? I've spent decades being around people, and as a giver and a pleaser, I didn't realize what a problem it brought to my life. So I just like to make people be as comfortable as possible. If someone comes to my home, I make sure that there is food and drink and anything they need for their comfort. And I find that I'm rare in that regard. Not many people are as hospitable as I am. Oy vey, listen to this sound. I'm walking and talking. It's outdoors. It's noisy. Imagine I'm in the suburbs and it's still fucking noisy. You'd think I was downtown, eh? So, I've stopped having people over to my home. Like, people would visit me, just for a visit, and they would stay a week, 2 weeks, a month, Somebody would I would be talking to somebody from the club, and they're walking me home from the club because I lived in the city and the club is like 5 minutes walk or 10 minutes walk to my home. And we were chatting, and we were so engaged in banter that they just walked me to my door. And then we're standing outside chatting. And I say, well, why don't we, I'm getting tired. You want to just come, we can go up and finish talking. Oh, or you can bugger off, right? Of course, they always wanted to hang out. And it was okay, because that was when I had this lifestyle of youth and being out and about, performing and going to events in the hood. So it was lively, and that was the lifestyle. Fine. But I remember, there's so many different stories, but this one in particular, she's a singer, actually, and I didn't know this girl had the hots for me either. Ugh. So she came upstairs. Another Jamaican. Honestly, I'm not bashing Jamaicans. I just encountered many, because Jamaican, there are a larger number of Jamaican people in my city than any other black people. I think now the Somali community may have surpassed them, but at the time, it was Jamaicans. Anyway, she came upstairs, and it was nice chatting, I'm a chatterbox, she's a chatterbox. And but I didn't know at the time either that she was bisexual and she had her eyes on me. But we were hanging out. She ended up spending the night, and the next day, and the next night, and the next day. And it was like almost a week later, she's still at my place. And the only reason she finally left is because my food ran out. Now, during this time, I wasn't doing my work. That's when I did massage and domination. And I wasn't doing my work because she was there. And I did my work from home. And I guess she didn't realize, or she didn't think. Like, I think of such things, if somebody works from home and they're doing sex work and I'm hanging out, I gotta fuck off sometime, you know what I mean? Like, you sleep over the first night, you're hanging out the next day, you sleep. I guess she was waiting or hoping that we're gonna shag, and I wasn't doing that with her, because just because I'm hanging out with Dykes doesn't mean that I'm gonna be fucking every woman I see. Y'all need to stop that. So I'm crossing a busy street. Oh shit, everywhere I go there is construction. There must be lots of money in this town. Okay, sidewalk closed every time I come up. For the past, I'll go this way. For the past 3-4 months. Every time I come out to go somewhere, this sidewalk is closed, that sidewalk is closed, and there's construction. It's a real pain in the butt. So, yeah, I ran out of food. I have my groceries, I cook, and I serve, I share every fucking thing I have, right? Because I'm apparently a dumbass. Because people are not like as generous as I am. And that's why I've had to stop hanging out with people, because they take and take and take, and they'll suck you dry. They'll also drain you of your energy. Another sidewalk closed? Fuck off. Listener discretion advised. The content may be offensive. It's just my potty mouth. So, do you know when it was evident, it was quite clear that I had no more food to serve or to even eat myself? Would you believe that this Jamaican girl produces from her bag a brown paper bag, and she got like 4 patties in there. 4 freaking patties. I was hungry. She was hungry. She didn't dare eat those in front of me because she'd been eating, nyam up all my food. Yes, I'm generous, and yes, I was sharing. But come on, you hanging out with me all these days, and you got patties in your purse, and you don't say to the host, hey, how about we got this, I got you. No, she didn't do that. She waited till all my shit was done. And then she produces her patties. Now my concern was, those patties are in a bag in your purse. Is that safe to eat? Because I would refrigerate food that I'm not eating. Oy vey. It had already been cooked. Lord have a lot of mercy. So we got the patties. We ate the patties because, you know, we're smoking, right? Oh yeah, she had some weed. I guess they think they have weed and that should be enough. I had weed too. We all had weed in those days. Cannabis, they call it today. So, wow, some people are just greedy and stingy. So yeah, she finally produced the damn 4 patties, and I got to eat 2 of her patties. Wow. Gee, thanks. So yeah, just to show how I'm different from most of you. Most of you are greedy, stingy, and selfish. And I don't want to be in the company of any more of your types. I want to be around people who are generous like me. I'm telling that to the universe. Please send to me more people like me who are equipped with generosity. Ah, yes. Bring me the generous. And then we can say, oh yes, you're just like the rest of us. We are a small minority who always share. Yes, we got the gift of generosity. So anyway, that was just to get on to the subject of my mama. My mama. So Capricorn, I'm observing Capricorn. They're very smart, very hardworking, extremely ambitious, but they always act like they don't have much. They're always stingy. I can give so many examples of my mom. Like, we always have abundance. We always have a lot, right? And like, even like my tomatoes. I didn't expect to grow that many. I had so many. I grew my tomatoes. The way I do my gardening, I just get plants coming and coming and coming. And they're producing and producing. And we had so many that I said, give it to the neighbor. He's always giving us stuff. The Indian man. Give him some of the tomatoes. And I told her to give them to him because I wasn't talking to him. But just because I'm not talking to you doesn't mean that I don't like you, or maybe I don't like you, but I still will feed you, right? I don't hate people. They just irritate and annoy me. And I gotta like back away from them. And the reason I needed that space from him was because every time I went outside, He was in my face, wanna chat. But he's not an interesting person to chat with. So he annoyed me. I'm like, shit, man, I don't want to talk to that man again. Because first of all, I got to be appropriate. I got to think of what's appropriate to discuss with Mr. P from next door. Because, I can get a potty mouth. I can go places. I can talk about things that maybe not appropriate to talk about with him. And even imagine one time, like, he grows grapes, right? And I said, hey, Mr. P, because his grapes came to our side. And he says, anything on this side is yours. Okay, so those were our grapes now, because they came across the fence and creeping up our tree. And so we had the grapevines. So I asked him, because he'd given me some grapes. And I said, how do you know? How can I tell when the grapes are ready? And he said, 5 fingers. That's all he said to me. Mr. P would suck as a teacher. His wife is a teacher. And, but he's not. Mr. P, how do I know when the grapes are ready to be picked? 5 fingers. I looked at him. I'm like, huh? Did he just say 5 fingers? What the hell? What is... And then it dawned on me. Okay. When the bunch has 5, stringing bunches of grapes. That's what he meant. He didn't even explain it. I had to figure it out. My whole life, I've had to figure shit out myself. I'm a late bloomer as a result of that. Nobody teaches me shit. Nobody teaches me a damn thing. So, anyway, so this is about Mr. P. So because he shares stuff with us, he's always giving us stuff. Mind you, most of what he gives to us, we don't really want it. We don't really want the stuff he gives us, but it's just the thought that counts. It's thought that counts. He's thinking about it. So even if he doesn't want it, he gives it to us, we don't want it. It's okay because he's being thoughtful and mindful. But Mr. P, just some things happened between us with the fruit and the trees and sharing, and he got on my nerves. So I told my mom, just give him. I said, I have a whole box of tomatoes I picked. You give it to him, because every day I'm picking and there's more and there's always more. There's so many trees of plants of tomatoes to share. And she goes, I don't think we have enough. I'm like, what? I don't want stuff to spoil, because she just refused to give to him. And it really made me feel bad. So one day, I don't even know how it happened. I just finished picking more tomatoes, and I had a box of them. And I said, he had come to the door, and I saw him, and I didn't want to answer the door because I didn't want to talk to him. But when he rang and was standing there, so I said, I opened the door, and he said, I want to talk to your mom. I said, she's in the back, she's in the garden. And then I said, just a moment. But I didn't go to my mom. I went to get the box of tomatoes. I said, here, my mother would like you to have these. I lied. It was me. I wanted him to have them. But I didn't want him to think that I liked him. Because I don't want him to talk to me. So I just gave him the tomatoes, and I lied and said it was from my mom. My mom wouldn't give him not even one. She's greedy. And I find that some Capricorns I've known are like that. They're so stingy. So the point of the story is, every time I go out with my mom, she takes something else from me. The last time were my brown leather gloves. I've had my brown leather gloves for several years now. They are my favorite. Well, I have 3 favorite leather gloves. But, they're the ones I like. They fit me perfectly. So we were going out last time. It was very cold. She asked about gloves. Do you have any gloves I can wear? I said, okay, sure. And when I got her the gloves that matched what she was wearing, they were the brown ones. And she took them and she wore them. My mom came back home with me, and my gloves disappeared. She never returned my gloves. She never said, hey, here are your gloves. They just disappeared. I don't even see them around. So I said, you know what? She's done it again. Every freaking time we going out, you have scarf. Oh, you have a hat. Oh, you have gloves. She never has this, that, or the other. And my mom has so much. My mom has tons and tons. My mother has so much stuff that if you took from her, she wouldn't even know it was missing. And she's a fucking hoarder. And I fucking hate that. Hoarders make me sick because I'm a minimalist. I'm a minimalist because of hoarders. Hoarders create chaos and they live in messes. And thankfully she's clean, so it's not that bad, but it's bad enough that it can make you feel like you're losing your damn freaking mind because there's so much stuff. And that's why I always want to give things away, because there is too much stuff. And if you're not using it, not wearing it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. So she keeps all what she has. All what she has, she keeps. And she asks me every time for this, that, or the other. And she keeps it. She never, it's like, bitch, where's my hat? Bitch, where's my scarf? Bitch, where's my glove? I have to ask her, man. And when I have to ask you for my stuff, I get really pissed. And that's why they say, oh, Aries so angry. No, I'm not angry. Well, maybe I am, okay? Yeah, I'm angry. I get angry because y'all are assholes. You're fucking assholes, and you're only thinking about yourselves. These are my gloves. I've had them for a long time, and now suddenly, boom, I don't have them because I was being nice to you. So how about next time you ask me if I have something, I'll just say, no, I don't. And then you have to go and look for your own because you have a lot. You have a lot more than I do. And another thing is, I always know where my stuff is. But you have so much, you don't know because you can't keep track because you're a pig. You're a pig. And I'm going to have to find your Chinese zodiac because it may be a pig, right? Yeah, and also, here's another thing. My mom, my mom is actually a dog in the Chinese zodiac. I'm a dragon. And I've learned that dogs and dragons are mortal enemies. Imagine that. Me and my mom have never been able to get along. But I try. We're trying to heal that, these, how they say, generational trauma or whatever it is, generational, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to heal that shit. But they're not helping me by their fucked up ways. And yeah, so I'm at my destination. So I'm going to stop. I am Domina de la Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm.